This video, I want to show you a guitar that's built by Dane Nichols, who's a luthier in California. He has Jonah guitars and has a cool website on YouTube. And I just got to know him through sharing music on my YouTube channel. I found out that he does a lot of instrument repairs and has a lot of cool videos of him restoring instruments that are in pretty bad shape. And then he also is a luthier building his own designs, and that's what this is. And so we've gotten to be friends via our YouTube channels and sharing music together and videos. And he was kind enough to offer to shoot me one of his guitars, let me get my hands on it and make a video about it. And that's what this is. So this isn't my personal guitar. I don't have an agenda. He hasn't asked me to do anything other than just look at his guitar. So that's what this video is today. I wanted to give you the background on that. Jonah Guitars, Dane Nichols, California. So this guitar is a Gecko guitar that's named, I think, because of the inlays in it. Has a really cool kind of a Gecko pearl here. And then also on the neck, the fret marker. So this particular one, I think you can see some videos really of the whole guitar being born on his YouTube channel from start to finish. So we're looking at the finished product. Clearly a 2 humbucker guitar, single cutaway. These things are obvious, but the weight of the guitar is very light. It's a little thinner than a traditional Les Paul and maybe a little smaller. So for a guy like me that's not on the big side, it really, it's very comfortable. It sits in your lap well, and it's kind of inviting to play. It's not cumbersome at all. The woods in this guitar, there's several. The most striking one that you notice right off the bat is the walnut top. Here in Kentucky, we like walnut. It's a native wood. It's a real pretty wood. We build things, furniture and all kinds of things here out of it, as I'm sure you probably do and have where you live. But this is a really pretty piece. It's chocolate. It's got some cool sort of grain lines in it. It's just a beautiful piece of wood. The back is combined woods, mahoganies, maple, I believe some different type of rosewood going in here. It's a nice sort of a scalloped joint here. I really like that. It really feels good on your thumb as you're coming up the neck. The neck is 5-piece construction. It might be hard to see in the video, but mahogany sides and middle, and then I think some rosewood in between going all the way up through the neck, which gives it a real rigid sort of construction. It's a glued-in neck joint. Probably the most unique thing about this guitar, it's a 9-string guitar. So it's just an E, A, and D like normal with a octave G and a unison B and E. So the top 3 strings, E, B, and G, are kind of like a 12-string guitar. The lower 3 strings are just like a standard guitar. And I asked Dane about that, and he had played a guitar a while back, years back maybe. I think he said Alvarez, although I wouldn't say that I could be mistaken on that. That was a 9-string guitar, and it just sort of spoke to him. He liked it, and so he built his own. So that's what this guy is. The pickups are sort of his own design, co-working with a pickup winder. I would say that they're not incredibly high output, but they're not low output either. They're husky. They have a big sound to them. And both pickups can be split with a toggle down here, 1 volume, 1 tone, which I personally like, 1 volume, 1 tone. It's just easy. A Telly style bridge that's a top loader, doesn't go through the body of the guitar. Actually, I'm telling you a story. It does go through the bottom of the guitar, so it goes all the way through. The bass strings do. These octave strings are top load, so that's kind of a unique design. So some of the strings on the top, 1 goes through and 1 stays up here. So that's the way he handles that sort of extra 9-string thing, which is pretty cool. So let's give it a listen. Let's do a humbucker position or bridge pickup. This is just the guitar into the amp. We'll split that. Give you a little more on the amp here. Okay, let's go to the middle position with humbuckers. Both of those. up a full humbucker. Split it. So a lot of sounds in the guitar for sure. Let's put it back on humbucker position. So what would I do with this guitar if I had it? I asked myself. Well, I would really enjoy it. It would be a unique piece, kind of a utility piece maybe. Although I think you could play the guitar in most contexts. Certainly it'll rock out. Here's a little distortion. It's a great tone. It sounds fantastic, I think. These pickups are really smooth sound to my ear. I would probably, though, tend to really use a chorus on it, being back to the delay maybe, and that clean sort of, kind of 12-stringy sound, if you had tunes that you use that for. I'm going to split the neck pickup. Some really cool applications, I think. Even some jazzy sounds. This neck feels really good. It's the radius is pretty flat on the fretboard, and the neck would be almost Jackson Charvel-ish or 1960 Les Paul. I mean, it's pretty thin. It's a C shape to me. Got a nice shoulder, and then a little flat and another nice shoulder. So for a guy that's not too big, it feels real comfortable. I think if you were an acoustic player, this guitar would transfer really well for you, and you can access all the frets. So I think the coolest thing maybe about this guitar, why I was excited to get it, is, and about Dane's work, is anytime you get a guitar from a luthier that builds guitars the way he wants to build them, it's exciting to see new ideas. They're not bound to the traditional body styles like a Fender or Gibson. Just go ahead and throw those names out there. that we expect from them. They don't have any of that past sort of history to go by. So this guitar reflects, you know, some of his own ideas, the way it's carved, the woods that are in it. Clearly the non-string is something you wouldn't see that often, although I'm sure he would build whatever you wanted. And just to see the pride that's in this guitar, the workmanship in it is so clean, the materials in it are so nice, the weight of it, you know, when I pulled it out of the case, it just felt like a really comfortable, special guitar. So I don't know about you, but when you first feel the guitar, that goes a long way. Like if you just don't like the way it feels and it off the bat, you know, you're kind of starting out in the hole. This guitar, the neck, the way it sits in your lap, and the lightweight, it's kind of the very comfortable size of it, the contours make it really fun, kind of inviting to play. So again, Dane, thanks for sending it to me here in Kentucky. I'm going to send it back to you, I promise. And hopefully you got some information, and I've done this guitar a little bit of justice. Check him out, and if you're maybe in the mood, or you're looking to get a unique guitar, check out Dane and see what he's doing, and I know he'll be glad to talk to you. Thanks for your time.